What's going on? Hutheads, this is Joe the Hut from Joebba's Palace. Whoa. It was another What's in the Box? Action figure unboxing / review / we had people buy some stuff this week. They gave us permission to open them before we ship them out to them. So we're going to take a look at the figures and do a little bit of a review, little unboxing on them before we ship them out. So thank you, Avi, once again for allowing us to do this before we ship your items out to you. The first item, well, actually, just to do a little bit of a spiel, this is Joebba's Palace. We're currently live on Whatnot, which is a live streaming sales app. We're also multicasting to YouTube. It is at Joebba's Palace everywhere. We have an Instagram, we have a Facebook, we have an eBay, Mercari, all those things. So give us a follow across all of those platforms or whichever ones that you use, TikTok as well. We're going to be posting more action figure reviews when we have the opportunities to do this. And we do live sales streams every Wednesday and Thursday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to shoot us a DM. We have some local shows coming up soon as well. This weekend, we're going to be at the Long Island TCG show, selling some Pokemon and sports cards and action figures and Funko Pops, as we always do. So give us a follow everywhere. If you guys are interested in anything, feel free to shoot me a DM. Yeah, so that's that. So let's get into the unboxing. The first figure that we're going to take a look at, it's not brand new, but I have not had the opportunity to get hands-on with this figure myself yet, so I actually am kind of excited about it. It is the Grand Inquisitor from Obi-Wan. So Black Series Grand Inquisitor from the Obi-Wan line. So let's get him opened up and take a look at him. I have some figures that we can compare him to. Black Series figures are so easy to open. All right. When they actually have a tray and some plastic to them, they're easy to open. So very happy to take a look at this one. So first what we'll do here is, as I always say when we do one of these and it's in a tray, I like to kick the legs out first. We don't want to break anything. Kick the legs out. He's got a big bulbous head, so I'm going to do the push in the back of the head to get his head out. And then you get his shoulders and all that stuff out. We like to get the extremities out first so that there's not any risk of breaking anything. He has a soft goods cape as well, so be careful when you're pulling that out. You don't want to like rip that or anything, or rip it out of the piece that it's attached to. Yeah, it is a nice cape. We're going to take a look at the lightsaber first, though. I believe it's the first time we've gotten one of these types of lightsabers in the Black Series line. There's an extra piece of plastic here. You just got to bend it back. And then there's tape here. So hold on, let's get it out of there. I always like to be careful with the lightsabers because I don't want to break them. Let's just peel the tape. Yeah, one second. I'll do it off screen. It is somebody else's figure, so I like to be extra careful when I'm taking stuff out. That's the easiest lightsaber to get out of here, though. Yeah, man. All right. So what I found was the best move here was to actually pop off one of the blades while it's attached, and then you can get the other piece out and get everything out. All right, get all that plastic out of here. So first thing we're looking at is the lightsaber. So obviously both of these sides can be detached. Come on, get back in there. I always get a little bit nervous when I don't want to break the pegs, you know. I want to mess around with those, but there's the lightsaber. It doesn't really have like a rotation thing to it, like you might expect it to. But overall, it looks decent. I mean, the paint to me, it definitely needs a little bit of a touch up on the paint. Like that kind of just looks like it was just like blotted on a little bit. So not too crazy about the way that the hilt looks from a paint perspective. Obviously, the same lightsaber ends that we've gotten. Here is the way the hilt looks without the blades on it. But yeah, something is a little bit left to be desired as far as the paint on this lightsaber. Not too crazy, but let's get a little extra light in here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You know, some splotchiness. I feel like it needs to look a little more uniform with that paint, but it is what it is. It's just paint on a weapon that will either be on his back or he'll be holding, and you won't be able to see that part anyway. Now, it does have a peg here. So I believe we can peg this into his back. Right there, right? Yeah. All right, now how is that? Is that secure in there? Fairly secure. I think if you're moving the cape around a little bit, you might want to drape the cape like over it a little bit so it doesn't pull when you like move the cape around. But overall, pretty decent. All right, so let's leave these blades over here for now. We'll take a look at him with the blades in a minute. But there he is in all of his glory. We can start taking a look at the actual figure now. First thing we'll talk about is the cape. The cape is very nice. The cape can drape over his shoulders like this, or you can pop it back and put it under there if you're more in like a battle mode. But see, when I did that, I did push the saber off the peg. So, like I said, that cape, you got to manipulate it a little bit and make sure that you're not messing around with that lightsaber too much. Take a look at his big bulbous head. I think the size of the head looks good. It honestly might look a little bit better than it did in the live action. I think they captured his essence pretty well. It doesn't have the like pencil head as much as it did in the cartoon. He had much more of a squash head in the show. But overall, it looks pretty cool. I think the eyes look good. Pretty good head sculpt there. It doesn't necessarily look too much like the actor. It's kind of a good blend of kind of like the live action and the cartoon almost in figure form. Has a little bit of an insignia right there that looks like similar to his lightsaber. I don't know if that's the Inquisitor mark or whatever. And then just some other accents here. The belt is pretty cool. Got some buttons on it. A buckle, nice buckle there. Puts the cape up. Not too much going on the back here, but he has the cape, so why would you even need that? And then that's the piece that you peg in. The shoulder blades, the chicken wing shoulder blades. He's got his chicken wing shoulder blades. It's a Seinfeld reference. That looks pretty good. I like the way that his shoulders look. That's pretty well executed there. It's a piece. It can move around. I don't think it's going to limit too much articulation. We'll get to that when we come to it. It's a little bit loose, so just be careful because there's probably only a little piece holding it on here. Right there. So definitely could break, but so just be careful with that, as always. And then his little hips. These are separate little pieces here that are a little bit loose, but don't seem like they're going to hinder articulation either. So maybe that's the thought on that, to not have them molded in. I mean, clearly they're using somebody's legs that they previously used, and then they're just throwing extra armor pieces. Like all these armor pieces are a soft rubber. You could feel like right there, you could just peel that up and it's a soft rubber right there. And then that's where you can see that's where the cape connects. So it's kind of like an interesting way that they did. The cape is going to go all the way down to his chest down here, and then it hangs there. So I'm not worried about that cape falling off. You know, it's literally all the way down to here. There could be some warping maybe over time on that, but overall, I think being able to articulate, we'll see how much we can articulate. Take a look at the boots first. Pretty cool boots. I like the leathery look to the boots, which is funny because this is a hard plastic here. And it almost looks like it's this soft plastic over here. So the way that they actually molded these boots is pretty nice. I like that overall. So overall, pretty cool figure. Let's get into articulation now. Let's start with his big bulbous head. So he can look up. Pretty good. He can look down. There is a separate neck joint here. If you see, his neck can move separate from his head, and then the head can move. So you're getting that extra bit of articulation up, down, left, right. So overall, I really like the way they did that head. You can get a lot of cool looking poses there. The arms, this is a little bit concerned about how this arm is going to go. Can pop his arm out. Yeah, see, this shoulder is definitely going to get in the way. So let's see. If we pop this up first and then do the articulation. So that would be my recommendation, is to lift this piece first, then do his out arm articulation like that. And then we get a little elbow action here. It does have a little bit of a crunch there, so you can go that far in. Any wrist swivel? No upper arm swivel there. And then the rest is what you would expect from a wrist. Where's the peg? This piece kind of does hinder his ability to go up and down. You can go that far down. Can't go too far up. So we'll see what it's like when we get the lightsaber in his hands and what kind of things we can do with that. The waist has... There is a waist cut here. You can see on the back better. There is like an upper chest cut here that's doing a majority of your articulation. And his waist, let me check his waist. Let me peep his waist. Is this one piece? This belt does not want to move right here. So I don't think that he has like a straight waist swivel there. I think this is doing like all of your upper torso articulation there. All right, now for the legs. We're going to try to kick out. Once again, these pieces are going to get in your way. So try to just get them out of the way first, and then get your... Can't go up too far, and then I'd be worried about doing some warping. So maybe we might want to have... not want to have him do too many at least side kicks going on there. And then he does have a cut here. And then he's got the knee. I can go that far back. It has decent side to side there. There's no boot cut here, but that's what this piece is doing for you anyway. And then you can go, regular ankles that we've seen in Black Series a million times. So I would say decent articulation. These extra soft plastic pieces are getting in your way on his hips and a little bit on his arms. I just worry about if I'm doing too many of these, like I said, move this up and then move this out. But if I'm doing too much of that, I am worried about this piece potentially breaking. So just be very careful with that. I can already feel like that wants to be loose there. So it works as far as getting out of the way of the articulation, but over time, it could become an issue. Also, this piece, if you can get it above the belt, then you can go down more. But you just need to get yourself around that belt first. All right, let's try to get him in a cool pose, and then we'll do some comparisons. Once again, I think my favorite features on this one are the soft goods cape and the head sculpt at the moment. All right, let's get his saber back connected so we can try to get him a cool little pose going on here and see how he looks. All right, so first, always got to do a little bit of a stretch on the hand just to get it in there. Come on, get in there. You know you want to. Damn. All right, hold on. There we go. All right. Can you hold this decent? A little bit loose now. I'll push it back in. There we go. All right, there he is. Let's reframe ourselves a little bit. All right. As long as we can get these secured in here. There we go. There he is holding the lightsaber at least. Maybe go with one of those upper ones like he's flying away. Ooh, was Mary Poppins move. We've seen that a million times with the Inquisitors. Let's try like a two. Can we do like a two-hand pose here? I'm like losing where his arm is. There we go. At least that articulation point blends in pretty well, right? Because it's pinless, so that looks pretty good. Can we get him going with like a two-hand, like ready to jam type action here? Like he's just kind of standing and chilling with his lightsaber. A little bit worried about the warping on these pegs here, because you can already see that it wants to be like crooked when I want that more straight. All right, let's try to get him in like a side stance, ready to attack with this thing. Kick that leg out a little bit. Give him the old bendy. Once again, would love to have some force push hands, but they never give us those. That's decent. He seems to be easy to pose and stand for the most part, as long as you get those legs set up. I don't see him doing anything like too crazy acrobatic, but he has the articulation to pull off some decent stuff. So that's him. Let's get into some comparisons. The first one that we like to do is the Luke Skywalker. So this is him next to Luke. Let's square him up again just to get his height and everything. We'll pop this off. Come on. Or whatever, I'll just put it near his side so we don't have to deal with that again. So here's two figures that have pretty good soft goods capes side by side. This wants to like bunch up in here, by the way. So just, you gotta like work that around there. All right. So here's your like height comparison for him versus Luke. So yeah, I would expect him. Luke is not really crazy tall, so I would expect him to be taller than Luke. Certainly has a bigger noggin than Luke. We knew that. So they look pretty cool next to each other. I feel like that's a good duel. Good duel right there. Let's get Luke more in a better look for him. And then we can do just a basic Stormtrooper type, which is the Shock Trooper. Let's get Luke out of here. This is him next to a Shock Trooper. So the Shock Trooper is slightly taller, is he? I mean, they're basically right around the same height. Which one's got the bigger head, though? Is the Grand Inquisitor's head bigger than that helmet? No, but it's close enough. Right around the same size, I would say. Maybe the Stormtrooper is slightly taller. Yeah, the Stormtrooper is slightly taller. I think maybe the upper torso on the Stormtrooper, but the legs might be longer. Whatever. So there's your comparison to a Shock Trooper, and then here he is, the guy calling all the shots. Well, not all the shots, but some of the shots from behind the scenes. It's him next to Vader, which I would expect Vader to be taller. So Vader's taller than like a lot of characters. Like we did Darth Malgus a couple of videos ago, and he was obviously shorter than Darth Malgus, but that's pretty good. I like that. They look cool next to each other. They look good in a display next to each other. I like the way that looks. All right, so there's your comparisons. And there's your Grand Inquisitor. The Grand Inquisitor. So there's your review of him. So, I mean, I would say, I think that overall, the look is well executed. He has decent articulation. Those soft plastic parts that they will use on the shoulders and on his hips can hinder articulation, and the cape and the head sculpt are well executed and probably the best parts of the figure. The hilt of the lightsaber, I wish it could do the spinnies. It can't. And the paint on the hilt is not great, and it can get crooked. I'm worried about warping over time on those for sure. Hopefully we'll get some better lightsaber technology soon. But overall, a decent figure if you're into Inquisitors. I don't really see much of a reason not to buy it. So I would call it a buy, and a cool figure. So that was the Grand Inquisitor from Obi-Wan. Good job. All right, we have a couple other figures. We're going to change gears a little bit here, and we're going to switch to G.I. Joe Classifieds. We'll leave him, whatever. We'll bring him back out later if we want to. So for G.I. Joe Classifieds, the first one we're going to do is, do we want to do the exclusive? We will save the exclusive for last. So we're going to do the general release, which is going to be Tunnel Rats. Just a cool 80s character right there. A lot of accessories here. I have a bag here. Where'd it go? For the accessories, so we don't lose any accessories, because we're going to end up throwing the boxes out. So G.I. Joe Classified Joey is going to have a bag available. All right, so let's take a look at Tunnel Rat. Cool character. Here's all the stuff he's supposed to come with. So we'll keep track of that. This is a solid piece of cardboard here. And it has, like, that's cool. Like, you could, if you wanted to just kind of line these up, you could throw that in the shelf and it would look decent. So I like the way that they have that. It's a nice little backdrop for you. And then it's got his little supply crate. Love the supply crate idea for Joe's. It's got his name labeled. That's how you know where to put everything. This was a really inspired idea by the Joe team. So great job, Joe team, as usual. Clearly killing the game, as always. All right, so this makes it easy on us. We can put him here. We can review his accessories first, because they're all going to be in the supply crate. All right. Top of this is easy to open anyway, so. Come on. Get out of there. There we go. And then another cool touch on these is they give you the nice paper, the G.I. Joe branded paper. This is actually sealed too. All right, so there's nothing else in that supply crate except for that little whatever instruction or copyright thing in there. So I'm gonna do. Let's see. I like the paper so much. I'll do it down here and just do like a little bit so we can shimmy some of the stuff out of here. There's going to be a lot going on here, so let's not lose track of any of this. There we go. All right. Okay, I think everything's out of there. All right, let's do a roll call here. So we have his backpack. Cool backpack, nice details. Definitely harkens back to the OG Joes that had the nice molded backpacks. And looks really cool with all the extra details and stuff. Little buckles there. That's cool. And then I want his night vision goggles. Love the way that neon green pops on there. That looks really cool. So we'll see how that is when we put it on him. He has a knife. Yeah, he has one knife. So there's his knife. It's got the ridging on the back. Take a look at the hilt. With just little details on the hilt that make it look good. It's not just a straight knife. It's got a little bit of an extra details to it, which is pretty cool. There should be a cartridge here. Some type of cartridge. Here for bullets. That's cool. It's going to peg into something. We'll figure that out. He has his Magnum. There's a good look at the Magnum. Let me get it in there for you. The hilt. There you go. That's better. Once again, nice detailing on there. Looks cool. Nice looking gun there for a sidearm. Here is his sniper rifle with the scope. A little bit of a green accent to it. Hold on, let me get it over here for you. Like all the detailing over here. That's cool. The barrel and all that. That's nice. And that's the scope. I don't think the scope is removable. No, it's not. And then he has his flashlights, the things that people always lost on the old ones. So let's just, there are two here. I'm just going to look at one just so you can see them better. Here's the flashlight. Once again, love the way that neon green pops on that. That's cool. Does it have a switch? Yeah, it's got like a little switch here. That's nice stuff. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 accessories on that one. So let's just count them up. Oh, and it's got his little bag too. Which is cool. Little detailed buckle on there. There you go. Some texture to it. That's cool. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the backpack. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if they like just decided to toss it in, but the bag is not shown on the back of the box. Oh wait, no, they show it here. They show it here, but like you would think that this is like here's all the accessories, but for some reason they didn't put the bag in that part. That's what I was going off of. All right. Anyway, this is what I'm gonna do so we don't lose track of anything. First, I'm gonna put everything in a bag, and then we're gonna pop that stuff on him and see how he looks with his different accessories. But first, we don't want to lose track of anything. So, because once again, this will not be my figure going forward. This is going to be somebody else's figure going forward. So I don't want to lose anything. All right. So here is Tunnel Rat in all his glory. It's got these little grabby things. I just like to stretch them. And if they pop, they pop. There we go. Should be easy to get out now. Yeah. And then he has them on his legs too. So just give these a pull. These actually are working a little bit easier than they used to. They used to be a pain in the ass to just pull them. But there we go. And then he just pops right out. So this is what that backdrop looks like overall. So pretty cool. He's holding his sniper rifle. He's ready to go. We'll leave that in the background. All right, now here is Tunnel Rat in all his glory. Let's get a little more light in here just so you can see him a little bit better. Liking the tattoos on the forearms. That's cool. Face sculpt looks nice. It's a good looking face sculpt. There's a little bit of like a flesh paint that bleeds into his hat that might need to be touched up a little bit. Right there, if you notice that. But, depending on where you have him looking, I don't think it's that big of a deal. He's got the bullets. He's got that really cool holster for his Magnum there. He's got that the little compass that we saw early on in Classifieds. That just reminds me of like the first wave of Classifieds. Here's the back. He's got these knee pads here. These knee pads look pretty cool. Because he's Tunnel Rat. He's digging around. He's got to be that. We got to get him into a crawling pose. That'll be the big part of the review. We'll try our best to do that. The boots look pretty cool. Shoelaces, all that stuff. All right, let's back our light off. So overall, I'm liking the detailing on him. Yeah, he looks cool. He looks like he's He looks like he's ready to crawl through something. For sure. He's got his little tunnel rat. Look at the, oh my God, look at the little rat. The rat with the flashlight. That is so funny and looks great. He's got like a little, I don't know if that's a flashbang or like a smoke grenade or something like that there. Does have his little bandana piece here to go, like he's got his regular bandana and then another bandana around his neck. This is a loose piece. This is a loose piece. This is a loose piece. That drapes around the peg, so you could do that. All right, let's do a little bit of an articulation review, and then we'll try to mess around with some of the accessories on him. So, first things first, head. Yeah, this is what I'm a little concerned here because, all right, let's make sure that we keep this bandana piece out of his way so that we can try to get his head back as much as we can. Doesn't want to go back that much. He doesn't have that much of a look up, which is slightly concerning because you want him crawling around, and that's like he's going to crawl and then he's going to look up and all that stuff. We're probably going to have to do most of that with that chest cut right there. But we'll see what kind of pose we can get him into. He's got the butterflies on the arms, which is great. It's always good. Up a little bit there. That's always decent. He's got the pinless elbows. So you can do that right there. That actual elbow, it seems like it. Hold on, let's get a little more light in here. It's like a slightly different color, that piece, I feel like. It's like pink, more pink. So, interesting. Anyway, straighten his arm out. He does have a cut. He has a cut here, too. Just above his bicep. So that'll give you a little bit of extra articulation there. And then he's got the wrists, as always. They don't seem to... Oh, it's here. What's going on with his wrist? Cut. Interesting. Very tight wrist on that side. Let's see this wrist. Yeah, this one has like the up and down that you would expect on this side. But maybe because it's they want him to be able to hold things differently. I wonder why they have different cuts. Once again, if you look at this arm, next to below his thumb, like to the right of his thumb, there's a cut there for an articulation point. But then on his left arm, it's like straight back, like below his knuckles. So I'm wondering if that's how they want him to be, like holding his gun or something. But that's interesting that they would make that different than the other arm. All right. So anyway, so the upper chest, you're getting a lot here. That's really like a foundational piece of his articulation, is being able to do his chest like this. But then he also does still have waist here, and this waist you can rotate it. So, we're probably going to be able to get him into, like, you can already see that he's going to be able to get into like a decent crawling pose, I feel like. Let's see if we can get him to keep that pose. But all right, as far as the legs kicking out, he's doing full splits, so he's good to go on that. It has the little like T joint that can go up and down, so you could do like different things with it that we're used to with Joe's. There's nothing there near his holsters, right? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, he's got one right there. You go. So right in the break above the holster, he has an articulation point there that you can swivel. And then going for the knees, you can get that pretty high back. That's a really nice back kick right there. So you could definitely get him like crawling around. And then for the knees, I don't think there's another one here, right? Yeah, no, it's here, here, and then nothing in between here. Yeah, okay. And then boots. We didn't really look at these boots either. Look how cool his boots are. I really like the brown on these boots. Those are cool, like tactical boots. I like that. Maybe you could add like a little bit of something on the shoelaces to make those pop a little bit, but you know, it's molded in there, so that's pretty nice. I'd rather it be molded and then you can paint it yourself than anything else. All right, so that's pretty much articulation. Let's get some accessories on him. I want to see how this backpack goes on him. And let's see, and always the fun thing with Joe's is how many accessories can we get on him at once? That is the best part of G.I. Joe Classifieds. All right, so clearly he's got his backpack. How's he standing with the backpack? Backpack is a very big backpack. So you're going to want to get him leaning forward or doing like a knee forward or something like that so you can get him in more of like a standing stance. So he definitely needs a little bit of help because he's getting pulled back by that backpack, as you can see. All right, let's get as much stuff on here as we can. Leave his rifle will be in his hands. We're doing backpack first, right? So give me his flashlights. Flashlights. Let's take a look at how these flashlights go in here. So, pretty sure you just peg it in right there. Is there a point at which it wants to? Maybe forward is the way to do it. Let me do it off screen for a second. Is that what you want those? Yeah, you gotta shimmy them in a little bit, I guess. Let me see. Let me look at them again. Yeah, they're supposed to go at that part of the backpack. All right. So basically with these flashlights, and I'll show it with the other one on screen, it's the flashlight itself. Where's the other flashlight? The flashlight itself has more of like a round to it. It's not as like hexagonal as this is. So basically what you got to do is you just got to kind of like shimmy it in there. It'll go eventually because there is a little bit of a give to that. So you just got to like shimmy it in there the best you can. But then once they're in, they're not going anywhere, which is good. So I think that's probably why they did it that way, so that they would catch and then you don't have to worry about it and then they'll stay in there, which is cool. All right. What else can we get on the backpack? Is that all that goes on the backpack? I think that might be all that goes on his backpack, which is very interesting. Usually you can put more on the backpack. Always like to reference the box with these. Yeah, he has a bunch of holsters on him. That's why. Okay, so his knife. His knife is going to go to the holster on his right. It should slide right in, right? Oh, maybe the other way. Oh, there goes the backpack. What makes more sense when I grab a knife? Yeah, you would grab a knife like that. So slide that in over there. Let's get his magnum on him this way. Pop that right in. Okay. For the gun should be able to hold this clip somewhere. Oh, this gun also has a little bit of articulation too, so you could, I guess, set that up. Yeah, you could set that up. So we'll try to do that as well. Gotta be a piece for this gun piece to peg in, though. Let me reference the box one more time. Seems like it's coming out on the side. There's gonna be a cut in the side somewhere. Is that it? It's always hard to work around the iPad when I do this, so that's why I do things off screen sometimes. There we go. It's on the bottom. So that little cut on the bottom is where you want to peg that in. Peg it in. Peg it in. Feels a little loose. Let me try the other side. That might be why. All right, we'll leave it like that for now. I think that you could probably peg it in either way, but there's that pegged in. All right, let's get his gun in his hand. Well, first let's get his little headgear on. So first, I think it's pretty cool that you can, once you get it over the bandana, kind of just have it chilling. Like he's like ready to go into night vision, but it's just kind of there. Like I'm going to pull it down, which is cool. But then let's get the actual thing on his head. Come on. Like we'll grab the chin and pop it on there. There we go. Line it up correctly, right with his nose. There we go. There we go. Now we're looking badass. That's really cool. That's really cool. I can let's see, any 3 3/4 inch clones Jedi. Clones or Jedi. I can try to pull some stuff after we get through the review portion of the evening. I got one more figure after this to do an unboxing and review of, and then if you want to stick around, and then I'll try to pull some stuff for you. Clones or Jedi? I have Vintage Collection multi-pack for the clones. Well, but I can definitely show you, or I'll shoot you a DM with some pictures as well. But we kind of blocked out this time to do some figure unboxing and reviews so that people can see some stuff. Yep. All right, let's get his gun in his hand here. So this is clearly his trigger finger hand over here. So we want to get that in there and just shimmy it to the finger. Come on. Damn. All right, hold on. Another thing we got to do off screen. You guys know what's going on over here. First time you mess around with a figure, you gotta learn how that specific figure wants you to get the guns on him and get his backpack on him and get him standing and all that stuff. So it's always fun. All right, get his little trigger finger in there. Cute. All right. Now this popped off in the middle of that, so let's get that back on there. There we go. Already looking real cool though. Like look at that. And that looks pretty natural. Like obviously you want his hand under here. Let's get his hand under there. Let's get his hand moving where it needs to be. Just have it rest there. But like, come on. If you don't appreciate a good G.I. Joe classified figure, I don't know what you're doing. How could you not like that? That looks badass. I put barely any effort into that too. All right, here's the backpack. Come on, peg in. Peg a leg. All right, let's get him standing with all of his stuff on him. So, just another example of how awesome it is. Oh, and he needs his little his bag too. Oh boy. Can I slide this over here? Let's get his bag going. Yeah. Get on there. Oh, way to not be a pain in the ass bag. That could have been horrible. All right. That could have been such a pain in the ass if I had to undo his gun to do that. But there you go. Basic stance. Put him in a shelf. right? I might want to fix his goggles a little bit from this angle. I think straight on, because you can kind of see his eyes still. But that's pretty badass. That looks good like that. All right, now let's do the fun part of, let's try to get him in a stance where he's being tunnel rat, because he's a tunnel rat. All right, I think we're going to, first what I would like to see is, can we get him like a sniper configuration here? Get him like that. Get him arched back. I think you might need to lose his backpack for that. Get him arched back. Lift his arms up. His head go up. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot. I think you needed a little bit more head articulation on him to like pull something like this off. He has the neck too that you can use, but just don't want to push it too much. All right, so let's get him like that the best we can. We'll use this. Get him like that the best we can. Set up his gun into a sniper configuration. Try to get it going. I don't know. This is why these reviews take so long, because I need to figure out how to do it. I just don't see how I can get it to the point where maybe if I do his knees back a little bit more, just to make it even more awkward, so that he can kind of stand up on his knee more. And then use the gun as the brace. Sorry, I know a lot of this is happening off screen. I'm just trying to figure it out. This is not going to be perfect, but it'll be an example of like, all right, fresh out the box, how can you figure this out? I don't know if you could really pull that off. So I'd like to see what some of the professional reviewers, how they handled getting him into a pose like this, or if they even attempted it. Because clearly the gun wants you to do something like that. I think it's maybe if you get him in like a sniper's nest. I mean, that's decent. I feel like you can mess around with it a little bit more. I just think he's looking down too much, though, for that. All right, and then let's get a little flashlight action going. A little flashlight with Magnum. We're creeping around. Get this gun out of here. That's the other thing that I want to see with him. Give me this up. Give me a crouch stance. Like I'm creeping around. I'm creeping around because I'm a tunnel rat. Right. I want him like walking through. All right, get him like walking. Christopher Walken. All right, he's holding that. All right, sorry, we'll get it. Get his gun in his hand. Jesus. He's like watching me play with toys. Come on. There we go. Give me one of his flashlights. Let's get it in there a little bit more. I don't want it to be too low because I want you to be able to see the flashlight in the pose, but where did we lose it? Oh, somehow it got pinned there. Okay. 1 second. There we go. That is decent. I want it to be straight, though. I guess you can just move his hand. Okay, let's try it like that. Creeping around over here. Got all his shit. He's in a walking pose. Pop his wrist up. Let's get him to keep that walking pose if we can. Come on, you know you want it. You know you want it. There we go. Let's see if it stays. Okay. That's fairly solid. There you go. Tunnel rat. He's got his flashlight. You know, if he's put him in like a cave setting or, you know, a tunnel setting like this. And he's got his flashlight. He's got his magnum out. He's ready to pop. You can do that with a knife too. That's dope. This is a really cool figure. I'm going to have to get a personal one for sure. Really nice, well-executed tunnel rat. All right, so overall, loving that tunnel rat. I think that getting him into a sniper pose might not be the best move, but you could definitely get him, you know, in some crawling poses, some creep around in cave poses, get his headgear on, all that stuff. All that stuff works really well. Well, yeah, I just moved around like that, but obviously you might want to, if you want to have him permanently like this, pop a figure stand on his foot. You know, all that stuff is always going to elevate your figures. So really cool. Love the accessories on this one for the most part. Love the detailing. Good articulation, allows you to do a lot of cool things and tell a lot of stories with G.I. Joe classified figures. So that's cool. All right. We'll have him chill in the background because we do have another figure that we're going to take a look at. Just make sure we have all of his accessories. I have one flashlight, one magnum, one, 2, 3, 4. I just like to keep track of this stuff because I'm shipping this to somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9 accessories. 1, 2, 3, 4 on him. 5, 6, 7, 8 is on here. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I think we have everything. I will review that afterward. We don't need to waste time on that. All right. So that was the G.I. Joe Classified Tunnel Rat review. So let him chill in the background. We have another guy to review who is an exclusive. So it's kind of a treat because this has not necessarily been an easy figure for people to get. And it just came out. So let's get all Tunnel Rat stuff out of the way first. And it's going to be the Nightforce Big Ben. So I believe this is the first Nightforce figure that we've actually gotten in hand. But he looks badass. Let's take a look at him. I can already tell you that I'm going to like the boots on this one. Those are cool looking boots. And then here's all the stuff that he's supposed to come with. I don't know if there's going to be any surprises. Got another compass over here. Interesting. So he's got a couple different guns that we're going to mess around with. And he's got his gas mask. All right. David Big Ben Bennett. And once again, we have a really cool backdrop for him. Once again, I mean, for any people that are more inbox collectors, I think that displaying them like this is not bad. I mean, you've got them to this point, you might as well open it, but you could do something with these backdrops for sure. I do like that that they're at least giving you that option with the this type of packaging. All right, here's this crate. It's a pretty light crate. I don't think he has a crazy amount of accessories, but we'll pop it open and take a look. Got his name and everything. Yep, okay, there's this crate. Number 77 in the line, David Big Ben Bennett. All right, open this a little bit just to get everything out. Okay, we got pieces. Oh, is that a full head swap? Interesting. Not just a gas mask. It looks like it's a full head swap on him. All right. For our pieces here, it looks like we have, because we're counting these extra little pieces here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already, we're seeing a little warping here on this gun. So let's try to push that back into place. It kind of bent right back into place, but for that one, might want to, some of these ones, like I have this left over from some other figure that we did. This was like somebody's knife, and it came with extra cardboard to keep it straight so that it didn't bend. So, and this is an exclusive too, so you got a little bit of limpness going on there, but I think you could probably just mold it, right? Maybe heat it up a little bit, get it to the point you want it to, and then leave it, but there is a little bit of a bend to that. All right. There's a lot going on here. So we have a little Uzi-like guy, right? Is that a Uzi? Sorry, I'm not a gun expert, by the way, guys, so I'm not going to call these things the right things. I'm just going to observe them and say, that's a cool gun. That's a cool gun. Maybe could use a little bit of extra paint on here, but overall, there's some potential here. And then you got this guy, which maybe it's like a shotgun? Does this hinge? This has a hinge to it. I'm going to say shotgun and maybe be wrong about that, but I'm saying based on this barrel, maybe it's like a shotgun. And then this big Mama Luke here. We'll just call this the Big Ben. The Limp Dick Big Ben. All right, so now this piece is clearly going to peg into something. I assume it's going to be this big guy. Let's take a look. That goes there. Oh, no, it's got to be this one. It's this one. It's the little guy. So this is definitely not a shotgun then, right? Oh, no, here we go. This is what pegs in here. There you go. That slides right in. And then he'll have the extra clip if you want to show him, like, switching clips. All right. And then we have the extra barrel here, which is going to go on what? I think this goes on the Uzi to make it like a silenced Uzi. Silenced Uzi. And they're always going to give you those ports on the fronts because anything that comes with blast effects will be able to cross over with the other gun. That's what they've said about those guns, which is really nice. This also hinges down here. So this is like a heavy MG, which is cool. And I'm assuming that I can pop this on somewhere. It's got to go like there, right? You think you can line that up? Maybe this way? Yeah, there you go. There you go. You can see the groove when you get in there, but you can line that up and pop that gun on. So essentially, you're getting those 3 guns, and then this, as I was saying earlier, I'm surprised. This is a full different head sculpt here. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to be a gas mask that you kind of like put on him. All right, so that's your overview of accessories. And now let's get Big Ben out of here and take a look at him. Got this this stuff here that we got to kind of rip out. Let me see. Where's my knife? This might be more of a scissor job. Hold on. All right, let me grab my scissors. I was not expecting this. 1 second. Because that other one, literally, you just popped the plastic things off. Let me grab a scissor. All right, just cut all these. All right, let's get Big Ben out of there. All right, and now here is Big Ben in all his glory. Really menacing face sculpt here. Like the paint. The hat is great. The hat makes this figure, like, or this character. A very big piece here for the for these bullets on the front of him. This is a very big piece. So it doesn't seem, I don't think it's going to get in the way of articulation too much because it's a cross area over there, but it definitely pops out. And then you got this little logo over here, which is cool. And then you got his British flag over there. He's got extra holsters over here. Stuff on the back. Yeah, he's going to be able to hold a lot of stuff on him. Maybe this is probably for the silencer, and then this is probably for his like extra cartridge, I guess. But yeah, he definitely looks really cool. Let's get a little more light on him, so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm seeing. But he's definitely a cool looking guy. And then, as I was saying, oh, look at the gloves. The gloves look cool. I love the jacket look. Pretty well executed jacket look here. Because if you look at his like cuffs on his hand, above his hands, right where the jacket ends, that's really nice detail. I like that. That's really cool. His gloves are cool. He's got like the cool padding on his gloves. And then the boots. The boots look really dope. Nice detailing on the boots. I love the green going into the black. That's cool. All right, we'll do a little bit of an articulation review on him. Okay, so for the head, he doesn't have as much hindering his look up as Tunnel Rat did. And then here's your look down. And all around. Shoulder is going to be pretty... Ooh, go pretty high up with that shoulder. And then you got this cut here. Elbow. There you go. There's your elbow on him. Wrists, or his wrists consistent. Yeah, there's That wrist is the same as the other wrist? Or do they have a different thing going on with this wrist too? Let me take a look myself. Yeah, he's got like this side wrist thing. So I think that they're doing this as a way to like, for them to hold their weapons a certain way. Because this one has the wrist to the side of the wrist, and this one has the wrist on the top of the wrist. So I think that there's, maybe I just haven't opened enough classified figures. They're clearly doing something so that it's like, this is, helps you to hold his guns. All right, so now lean back, lean forward with that chest cut. You can also go side to side here. Yeah, you can. This is a separate piece. This is a soft plastic piece right here. So that it's not getting in the way too much. It's slowing you down a little bit. That's what I'll call it. And then I don't think that there's another waist under there. Their waist piece. Interesting. So you're not really going to get too much out of his lower waist. All right, and then we're going to kick forward. Maybe this leg kick forward. Yeah, it's a little bit. This piece is getting in your way a little bit. So you're going to have to work your way around this piece right here. Specifically. But he's kind of like a big brooding guy, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. There's your upper thigh? I guess upper thigh cut. There's his knee. Can we get that part of the knee go? I don't know. Does that go? Let's see on the other side. I wouldn't push it too much. That probably will articulate back, but like I said, this is not my figure, so don't want to overdo it. Let's see if we look. Yeah, there's a little bit of extra there, so we can give it a shot. 1 second. Sometimes you just got to isolate that one part first to get it moving. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Yeah, so it's all about isolating the joint first. There we go. Look at that. Kick back. Right there. At least for the first time of doing it, you got to just so you can learn how it's supposed to go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this lower part of the knee, definitely be very careful with that part. And then he has a little bit of a like shin cut here. And then the knees, the ankles, what you would expect from the ankles. So decent articulation. Actually has more articulation than Tunnel Rat would, which I would not have expected. I think Tunnel Rat just has a couple extra accessories going on him that are hindering his articulation a little bit. Plus he has like the bandana thing and like all that other stuff. So either way. All right. So moment we've all been waiting for. Let's try this head swap. So it's going to pull the full neck piece off. And then you just pop this on, right? Is that right? I think that's right. Let's see, is this head supposed to come off this neck? I don't think this head is supposed to come off this neck, so I'm pretty sure you pull the whole neck off. Sometimes it's easier to pop their heads on backwards, to be honest. And then kind of like spin yourself into it. Yeah, because now it's on there a little more solid. So there's the gas mask head. Oh, no, it's still off. Hold on. Let me do it off screen. Yeah, okay, cool. There's your gas mask head. That looks cool. Reminds me of Firefly from DC. That's cool. This is the piece that was like kind of getting in the way when I was trying to pop the head on. So try to just clear that, get that into a clear area before you pop it on. But that look how nice that hood blends into the rest of the figure. That's really well executed, I think. Because it really does look like it's all one piece, which is nice. A little bit of the different coloring, but this kind of matches that, and you don't want it to be the same color everywhere. So that's really cool. Now I'm wondering, because I do like this Big Ben head sculpt. Which head sculpt would we prefer to this? Like, if you had him on a shelf, which head sculpt would we prefer to display him with? I mean, I might lean towards the Big Ben one, but you could definitely reuse this head for a couple different things. I mean, you could maybe get another one, have a couple of guys with the gas mask around him. This actually low-key army builder. Low-key army builder, because once you get the mask on him, he could be anybody, right? So give him a little kiss. Give him a little kiss. Okay. That's for you, Avi. All right. Let's at least show this with maybe like the Uzi. Like a silenced Uzi type thing. Which one's the wrist? All right, so he's a lefty, so get his Uzi in his hand. Someone just popped like some mustard gas or something, and he's creeping through. Maybe he's on like comms or something too. I will say, you really got to work this butterfly over here. This butterfly is a little bit hindered by this big piece right here. So maybe if we can get it like down there and then over and then up and then in. And then the wrist popped. That's him like searching through the mustard gas with the silencer attached. That's cool. Oh, and then the other thing that we always like to do with G.I. Joe Classifieds is let's see how many items we can get on him at once. So as I was saying before, I think that this piece back here is for the silencer. That would be my best guess. Yeah, that pops right in there. And then I think you might be able to just kind of put whatever you want wherever you want. So let's say that the Uzi goes there. It's probably where the Uzi goes. He has this extra clip. I think that might be what's supposed to go back here. Maybe I'll put it like upside down. It might slide in better. Yeah, see, like that makes sense. He's got his silencer, his clip, his Uzi, like that. And then you pick one of these two big guns. I don't think that you can peg either of the guns into his back. You know what you can do, though, is you can get... Well, first let's look at him with what I assume is this shotgun. Before we do that, and then we'll put the big gun on him to finish. Let's get this back out of here, too. Okay. That clip there. That clipped. We don't really want that. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Just as like a little handle, right? Yeah, there we go. It's like a little handle. So be careful with that, though, because I don't know how strong that piece is going to be. Once again, we got to get his arms close to his body. Yeah, see, that came off. See that? But I think that can pop on and off. I don't think we broke it. No, that pops on and off. I think they made that so that that'll come off easily. So you don't have to like worry about breaking it. All right, so keep that stable. Get it tight to his body. Use those butterflies. Look at that. Look at that popping out of a trench at you. Here's the shotgun. Just blast you. Right there. Right in the face. Get it back. Hold on. Let's get a little more light on that because I want to like... We'll do that. That's cool. That looks fucking cool. We're reviewing all your figures, Avi. You're missing the whole thing. All right, that's the shotgun. It is Girthy Ben. This is the home stretch of the Girthy Ben review. And then what I was gonna say, as a way to get everything on him, I think that maybe we could just use these to slide these back here. So say we have like his backpack, his shotgun strewn across his back here. See if we can get that in there. You know, it doesn't have to look crazy good from the back in order for it to look good in the front. So that's like just another way to get him. Why is this not pointing over here? And then we'll go with the big gun to finish, and I'm going to pop his other head sculpt on. Get his long neck back in there. I think that's solid. Yeah, that's... okay, hold on. You want to put a little bit more effort into that? There we go. All right, and then he's got his little limp dick gun. Dude, what I was not expecting, Avi, now that you're here, is that it's a full extra head sculpt. I thought it was going to be just like a mask you put on him. I'll send you the link to the YouTube video so you get to see like everything that we went over. And then there is this. I'm not crazy about though, because that's out of the package, and that is definitely like a little too excited to be in the war there, Big Ben, Girthy Ben. We'll give that a little bit of a bend just so we can get a good pose on him. And then let's get. I think you could probably get that like that. Is that how you would do it? And just get them like maybe just standing like that, just like ready to go, ready to pop out. I do think. I mean, listen. What I was saying was that I think that having the extra gas mask, this guy is a low key army builder because you can throw a couple of guys with him around him with the gas mask, and then him like leading the troops. But I think if I just had Big Ben, I might just display him with the Big Ben head sculpt because it's a cool head sculpt. So I'm very impressed. I like Big Ben. G.I. Joe classifies, man. Best action figure line? ? Exclamation point. Yeah, their grunt is coming for sure. People have already been finding grunts. So there is Big Ben. Here is your comparison to Monsieur Tonorat. Definitely taller than him. Good team right there, though. Good team right there. Best boots goes to Big Ben, though. Best boots goes to Big Ben. Yeah, we had to do a little Tunnel Rat review tonight. Couldn't wait on that one. All right, cool. So there you go. So those are the two classifieds we did with a special guest appearance by the Grand Inquisitor. Avi, I'll let you see the Grand Inquisitor since you wanted to. So look at that crew. Look at that crew. Or how about we do this? Oh, no. Let's finish like this. They got him like held hostage right there. There you go. There's your boys. With that. There you go. It's the Dragonfly Aslab. Can we get this here so that it'll actually sit? Doesn't want to sit. It's like lopsided. It'll be a good. There you go. That's for the with the screen grab. Let me zoom out on that a little bit, actually, because we might be able to get a better screen grab if I do something like that for the YouTube. Always good to set ourselves up for a good YouTube screen. Get like different angles of it. Joe's v Saudis. All right, cool. Yeah, that was fun. I actually all three of those figures. I mean, if I were to rank all three of these figures, oh boy. I'm gonna put Grand Inquisitor last. I'm gonna put him last just because I think that Classifieds overall is a better line than Black Series at this point. You're getting so many more accessories. You're getting just a little more like fun, toyetic joy to all those figures. Yes, Big Ben is British. See, he's got the British flag. I think I'm gonna give it to Big Ben. I like the idea of Tunnel Rat creeping around with his flashlights, doing cool shit. But his gun specifically has a sniper configuration, and when I got him on the ground and tried to do the sniper pose, just like quickly try to do it, which I could probably figure it out better if I put a little more time into it and you have the right setting for it. I just don't think that he can look up enough for you to really pull off the sniper pose. So I'm gonna give it to Big Ben. I'm gonna give it to Big Ben because of his stature and the fact that he has not just one but two awesome head sculpts and 3 dope guns. This is a cool gun that he's holding right now. That's my least favorite gun that he comes with, and it's still a really cool, overpowering, great looking gun. The shotgun is probably my favorite. And then the Uzi, and the fact that you can turn the Uzi into a silenced Uzi. You know, that's just really cool options. I like the way that Tunnel Rat holds all of his items. The fact that he has a lot of different holsters. He has the backpack that can hold the flashlights. That's really cool. But I think I got to give it to Big Ben overall. I think that he just has a little bit more going on with him. The fact that you could turn him into an army builder if you wanted to, have him, you know, getting a bunch of British Joes together, fighting through mustard gas, you know, doing whatever you got to do. Yeah, so overall, I would say Big Ben number 1, Tunnel Rat number 2, Grand Inquisitor number 3 for the 3 figures that we reviewed tonight for our What's in the Box unboxing / reviews section of the stream. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. Feel free, if you came in late, to check it out on the YouTube. It's at joebbaspalace on YouTube. We're currently streaming on Whatnot at joebbaspalace, so if anybody wants to stop by and grab anything from us, we have a ton of awesome figures available. We do have another Big Ben available, so if anybody needs one of those. Yeah, we have some local shows coming up. We're going to do a Long Island TCG show this Sunday. And like I said, it's at joebbaspalace across everything. It's Whatnot, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, eBay, all those places. So if you're looking for figures, we got a lot of awesome figures. All right, so I hope everybody enjoyed the review. Until next time, thanks for stopping by, guys. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.